Hey guys, welcome back. I hope we are broadcasting. I can never tell when this starts, whether it's actually working or not. Um, so I have to wait until it pops up. There we go. Looks like we're doing good. Um, Welcome aboard, everybody. Um, as you can probably hear, I have the flu. So, I apologize for that, but I figure we may as well just get some flying in today anyway. I'm feeling a whole lot better. But if hey Chris, what's going on? I figure we'll pick it back up where we left off a bit ago, which is in Aguadilla in Puerto Rico, and we'll head over to Punta Cana, and then we're gonna go take a quick look up the maybe up the coast over there. So first things first, let's turn all of this fun stuff off. And you may have noticed in the title of the stream, I have DLSS Ultra Quality mode enabled. So I'll talk a little bit about that as we go. You're probably wondering what that is, and it's kind of like the new thing everybody's been talking about the last week or so. And I got it set up and running this morning. All right, so let's go. Let me just get my head tracker in the right place here. Let's go rotating beacon on. Mixtures. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, guys? Watch this. I forgot to switch my controls over. So let me do that. This brings up one thing that they have to do with MS 2024, which is turn these things into drop downs, because I've been flying, Microsoft Flight Simulator for what, 4 years now, 3.5 years, and I still have absolutely no idea which direction to go for any of these. So let's try this one more time. Let's go mixtures and props full forward. Master and battery switches on. We'll go fuel pumps on. We will go fuel valves open. It almost looks like there's a light on in here, doesn't it? Fuel valves are open. Starter hood cover is open. Mags to left. And we'll take a quick look outside, make sure there's nobody outside to kill or maim. We'll go toes on the brakes. Have we forgotten anything? I don't think so. Okay. Let's go right engine first. Oh, we didn't crack the throttles. That'll help. Alright, good start. Oil pressure is good. Left prop is clear. And we'll go left engine start. Good start. Oil pressure is good. Mags to both. Close the starter hood covers. Fuel pumps coming off. Check our fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is good. Avionics master coming on. We'll lean the mixtures for taxi. External power supply off. Go nav and strobe lights on. Thought I turned the rotating beacon on, but I guess I didn't. Elba Pino, hello from France. How are you doing? Welcome aboard Z Sim Pilot, the man, the myth, the legend. You, sir, are the man, the myth, the legend. Let's not get ourselves confused here. Good to see you, man. All right, so here we are in Aguadilla. We're gonna. Wind is. Let me see. Wind is out of the east, which it usually is, so we'll be taking off runway. It's runway 8 here. So mixtures are lean for taxi. Tow brakes are on. Release the parking brakes and let's get going. My head position is a little messed up because I'm using a different chair than I usually do. Alright, as soon as the airplane gets going, test the brakes. Brakes are working just fine. So, still having frame gen issues, huh? Yeah, I don't know why the frame gen thing works perfectly well for so many people, and for a lot of, and for other people it just doesn't work. My first suggestion would be to check that you have hardware accelerated graphics turned on. That HAG setting is the one to turn on. That's usually what the problem is. So the other thing is we are on multiplayer. So anybody who wants to fly along, you guys are more than welcome. Z-Sim Pilot, we are in Aguadilla on the west coast of Puerto Rico. I'll zoom the map out here and show you. On the very west coast of Puerto Rico. There's San Juan. We'll be heading over to Punta Cana will be our first point of arrival into the Dominicans. So you put it on already. Let's see, the same performance like in the Phoenix AT. I don't fly the Phoenix. I know that of all the add-on airplanes, that's the one that's got the most problems for whatever reason. That one has the most problems with frame gen. So let's go. Landing lights on, fuel pumps on, flaps are set for takeoff, mixtures and props full forward. I don't see any traffic, so we shall go. Yeah, I mean the universal version should work. I've been messing around all morning to get. So like I said, I got DLSS Ultra Quality mode enabled, which is pretty nifty. So it should be really, really sharp today. All right, we're looking for runway 08. So heading indicator checks with the runway number. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed's alive. 65 knots. And let's see if we can get airborne here. And there we go. Oopsie daisy. Alright. 400 feet, we can bring the flaps up. Hey Seth, I'm glad to hear that, man. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for good stuff. Let's bring the props back to 25. Bring the manifold pressure back to 25. Coming up on 1,000 feet. And the first thing I really noticed about the here's 1,000 feet AGL, so we'll turn the fuel pumps off. Check our fuel pressures. Fuel pressures are good. The first thing I noticed about Sim Update 12, Sim Update 15, is that the air feels different. Like they supposedly have reworked the physics, and you can feel it. It feels really good. It was really, really good. Captain Z-Sim Pilot heading over to heading to Miami. I gotta get back in the 737 at some point. You know, I've been doing nothing but Islander flying lately. There's nothing wrong with that, but the truth of the matter is I've been doing so many videos that I haven't had any time to fly. Really. Got live weather enabled today. I suppose I should trim here. So once I get myself squared away, I can check the messages here a little bit better. So what are we looking for? We are looking for, this should be a good heading. Alright, 2,500, climbing 3,000. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, some people have been having problems with Sim Update 15. I have not. It's worked really, really well. You guys can see how smooth it is. I have the frame gen mod enabled right now. 50 feet below your cruise altitude. Bring the props back. Bring the power back. We'll let the nose drop. Whoopsie, I won't let the nose drop that much. There's 23-ish. And let's start trimming it out. I don't know what heading I'm supposed to be on. 287. Alright. 287. About what we're on, actually. No. Let me see. 287. About there. Alright, 287. And we'll get the nose down here a little bit. Come back to the left. So I'm trying a new chair today because I realized that my old chair was hurting my neck, and I spent so much time in the sim. Let's see. Yeah, Chris, I'm doing a lot better today. I mean, I spent the last 2 days in bed, and I kind of thought that I would feel better today than I do, but I feel like I thought the improvement would be a little bit more, but I'm feeling pretty good. Not feeling too bad. I can sit upright for a while. Let's see. Seth, yeah, so VR, it's kind of hit and miss, and I don't understand why. I'm not a VR guy, so it's kind of hard for me to give advice on VR, but it seems like for most people it works, and for some people it doesn't, and I don't know why. So, start leaning the mixtures out here. But as far as Sim Update 15 goes, so far it's been smooth sailing for me. I've done a couple of ATR flights, everything worked out. I've done, you know, a fair amount of GA flights that everything's worked out just fine. I know that some people are having problems with the PMDG, the 738, but I haven't tried it yet. Will you stop climbing, please? Alright, and there's the reverse on the EGTs. Bring the mixtures in 2 notches, and we should be good to go. It's going to be a bit of an over-water leg here. Over to Punta Cana. But, give us time to relax and chat. Yeah, this is the other thing that has been coming up, is this these lines in the water. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. Enzer Gums, how are you, sir? And Bernardo, gosh, everybody's good today. I just got a chance to look at the chat. Enzer, it's good to see you. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're heading over to Punta Cana. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Path of Pendulum. That's good stuff. I've got, so like I said, I don't normally get into tech stuff in the flying streams, but we're gonna be kind of cruising over water here for a bit, so I may as well tell you what I'll give you an inside heads up on what I've been working on. So the ultra quality setting. So I'm just convinced at this point that DLSS is the way to go. DX12 DLSS, and like a lot of people are down on it, but I think most people who don't like it are people who haven't tried it lately or haven't like updated their DLSS file. But it's just getting better and better. And this thing that I've just figured out over the last couple days, is I couldn't fly because I couldn't talk, and so I was like, well, you know, I may as well just mess around with some settings and stuff. I did a lot of organizing of like sceneries and stuff yesterday, but I managed to get DLSS Ultra Quality set up. So DLSS Ultra Quality is like it's a preset that works in a lot of other games but does not work in Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's a way to enable it. Excuse me guys if I clear my throat, I apologize. But there's a way to enable it, but it takes forever. It takes a lot of steps and a lot of horsing around to get it enabled. And so what I did is I figured out a way just to change the presets. So basically I turned my quality setting into ultra quality. So it's good to go. It's very, very high fidelity. You guys are seeing this in 1080, but like, you can see the reflections off of everything. There is a light on in here. Where is it? You can see the reflection, unless it's the reflection of the sun. I don't think so. So anyway, that's going to be my next. It's going to be my next video. See right there. There's a reflection of something. I don't think it's the sun. The sun's up there. But yeah, so the feedback on Sim Update 15 has so far been pretty good. Some people are getting crashes with it, but I haven't gotten crashes in the sim in forever. Long time. Wish this thing would show ground speed, but it doesn't. Actually, in Navigraph I can set up. Let's see. Oh, I've got frame gen enabled. It's not gonna look good. So yeah, see this stuff? I don't know what this is all about. I don't know what this is all about. But I was considering skipping this leg and just flying and just going, like, starting from Punta Cana and then going up the left side of the Dominican. So what the plan is, Sim Eric, it's better. I personally have never really had much of an issue with it. I guess it depends on what kind of flying you're doing. But I haven't had much of an issue with it. Personally, I think if you're in DX12 and you're having issues in the glass cockpit, I would try DLSS and then DLAA, because that's DLSS with no scaling, and that should be the best quality. I checked a bunch of different. I was doing some testing this morning, and it's minimal. There's a little bit of it, but unless you're unless you're climbing really, really fast or descending really, really fast, it just doesn't bother me. it doesn't really, it's not that bad to me that it distracts me. I don't know why, but so the plan for the continuation of the World Update 16 review is we're gonna head over here to Punta Cana, and then in somewhere right in here there is the Basilica of Our Lady of Alta Gracia. So we'll go see that. And then there's 2 points over here I don't know that we'll get to today. We'll see how far we can see how the winds are and stuff. And then what's the name of the airport? MDPP is Puerto Plata, which is just up over here. So just had to wake my dog up. He's he's dreaming. So it shouldn't be too much longer until we see the coast. But one of the things that I'm really interested in seeing, see that right there? I don't know what that is. I'm really interested in seeing Haiti. I don't know why I'm so interested in seeing Haiti, but I am. Let me see if I can find out what the VOR frequency is over here. That would be helpful. So 112.7. So come over here. Let's go 112.7. And that should give us, alright, 43 miles. 43 miles and a radial of 105, which means, and that is an affirmative right there. 105, so if your radial is 105, your heading should be 285, which is approximately what mine is. And you'll get that a lot, especially in the Caribbean. You'll get real world anyway. I don't know if VATSIM controllers do it, but in the real world in the Caribbean, you get a lot of requests to tell the like approach control what radial you're on from the VOR. And the trick to remember is that radials radiate out. So in other words, this line right here, see this radial 105? That's the VOR right there. So this line heading outward, heading this way, is 105. And we are flying the reciprocal of that, 285. VOR navigation. VOR navigation is a hoot. I feel sorry for the Magenta Line kids that flight training now that don't really learn VOR navigation. VOR navigation is fun stuff. I just thought it was cool to be able to do something that normal people, quote unquote, normal people can't do. But yeah, so what are you guys up to? How do you enable DLSS Ultra Quality? So that is going to be, Primrose, that is going to be the subject of my next video, as a matter of fact. There are a couple videos on YouTube about, it's the new thing, it's somebody figured it out, and these things go around, they're like, it's like a cold. I mean, one person catches it and then spreads it. But there's a couple videos on how to do it, but the problem is they're very complicated. Like if you have to use NVIDIA Profile Inspector or NVIDIA Profile Inspector, to enable something, it's probably too complicated for a lot of people. And so I figured out how to do it without. I figured out how to do it without, just very simply. And so I'll tell you a little bit of a background on how I did it. So nobody uses DLSS Ultra Performance, right? Because DLSS Ultra Performance is a 0.33 scaling, right? So you're basically scaling your pixels to 1/3 of what your screen is. So it's like a really, really, I mean, that's going to be the worst quality. And seeing as quality is already the issue with DLSS, nobody uses ultra quality, or ultra performance rather. So instead of like doing the entire workaround to enable DLSS ultra quality, what I did was I just changed the scalings of quality, balanced, performance, and ultra performance. I just moved them all up one level. So now my quality setting, when I select quality in the sim, the settings are for ultra quality. And then when I set performance, or excuse me, when I set balanced, those are the stock quality settings. And when I set performance, those are the stock balance settings. So I just shifted everything. I basically just removed ultra performance and shifted everything one level, because nobody uses ultra performance, so why bother? Nobody's gonna miss it. So and I had to, the only problem I had with it was figuring out how to get FrameGen to work with it, because FrameGen is a little testy sometimes. So I had to do everything in a certain order, but I've got it to where it works, and a little bit more aileron trim there. I've got it to where everything works, and so we should be good to go. Now I just need to kind of set my script and lay it down. I might do it today, depends on how long I fly. So yeah, you can. So that's the trick, and it's easy. It's really easy to do. And the cool thing is, like, you actually don't have to use the standard ultra quality. As a matter of fact, so DLAA is 1-to-1 scaling. There's no downscaling involved, which is why the quality is so good. The quality, the standard quality setting is 0.67, so it's downscaled 1/3. And ultra quality is, the standard ultra quality is 0.77, so it's downscaled, less. But with the way I do it, you can pick anything you want. You can do 0.8, 0.9, 0.85, whatever works for you, which is really pretty cool. Ray, how are you, man? What's going on? So this flight will get a lot more interesting pretty soon, now that land is in sight. And you can see, I don't know, you can see the black lines. And what's weird is that they're not squares. Like, I don't quite get that. Like, I could understand it if they were like big black squares, or like big squares in the ocean. But they're kind of random. But these lines started showing up for me in World Update 16. I don't know what their deal is. Let's see. Suction is good on the gyros. Everything looking good. So what would happen if? So this gives us the suction from our vacuum pump. And if that quit, we had red lights right there. So there's two that's the advantage of having a twin engine airplane, is you've got redundant systems for everything. You've got obviously two engines, but you've also got two vacuum pumps. And the vacuum pumps drive these two instruments right here. So if your left vacuum pump quit, your right vacuum pump would keep powering this. So you'd have to lose two vacuum pumps in order to lose your attitude indicator and your heading indicator. And that's the most common six-pack failure in an airplane is the vacuum pump. And that's why good IFR airplanes. Bobzilla, how are you? Hey, Brew Pilot, what's going on? I'm glad to hear that, Primrose. Thanks. Hey, Bobzilla, I'm doing better. I'm still congested, but we're good enough to fly. So if you do instrument training, when your instructor wants to be cruel to you, they take Post-it notes and they just paste them right over these two instruments, and then you have to fly using these four. Now, mind you, that doesn't seem too bad, but if you're in instrument training, all you can see is this, because you've got the foggles on. Yeah, so this white, I don't know what this is from. I see this, the one place that I always see this is in the ABC Islands, the strangely named ABC Islands. Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. I see it down there all the time. That's really the only place I usually see this. I don't know why it's there. Bob, yes I am. I am indeed. I'm an instrument-rated private pilot. And I think I'm gonna really try this year to get my commercial rating. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with it, but if I don't have it, I can't do anything with it. So let's check out Punta Cana Airport here and see if we can figure out. Let's see, runway 826 and runway 927. That's not much of a crosswind runway, is it? What is the identifier for Punta Cana? MDPC. MDPC METAR. Bob, I have a, let's see, MDPC. Winds are 130 at 10 knots, so we're probably looking at runway 09er. Bob, I have a 1965 Cessna 150 and a 1972 Piper Cherokee 180. Yeah, Ray, I don't see that very often. I literally only see it in the. Actually, that's not true. I sometimes see it in, and you can see it starts going away. I sometimes see it in St. Martin too, which is weird. Bob, we're on our way to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, and then we're going to be heading up the coast. And if you guys are enjoying the flight so far, hit that like button. That'll help us get some more visibility. So far, let's see. Bernardo, yes sir, yes sir. Yeah, Bob. It's funny because they're two completely different airplanes. The 150 it's such a simple airplane. It's just a 6-pack, 100 horsepower, and it's such a fun plane to fly. It really is. It's just so simple and easy. And the 180 that I have sort of has a glass cockpit. I've got two Garmin G5s right here, one here, and GTN 750 and Garmin Digital Autopilot. So it's a really pretty capable airplane, capable IFR airplane. And hey Dale, what's going on? It is. I'll type it in for you. It is this airport we're coming up to is MDPC, I believe. Yeah, it is MDPC. So there's the let's see here. And if you see me on here, Bob, send me a friend request. I'm on I'm Island Sim Pilot on Microsoft as well. So I'm trying to see where the Cathedral of Our Lady of Alta Gracia. Let's see here. See how far past the airport it is. Not very. But we can land at Punta Cana. We'll land at Punta Cana and then we'll go point of interest seeking. So I'm gonna guess that runway 9er is going to be a right-hand traffic pattern, because the left-hand pattern would bring us right over top of the other runway. You know, Dale, I don't know what it is about helicopters. There's a couple, I mean, I've never been interested in helicopters. And I think part of it, I took one helicopter flight in my life. And the problem with helicopters is they're extremely complex aircraft. The average helicopter spends 3 hours in maintenance for every 1 flight hour. That gives you an idea of how complicated they are. Bob, I'll type that in for you in 1 second. So there's a character limitation in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I couldn't use all the letters for Island Sim Pilot. So my name on Microsoft is Island Sim Pilot. So let's bring some more power out here. And there is our airport. Back to 1500. Bombasso, how are you, sir? What's going on? Yes, I've never been into helicopters, and helicopters must be kind of tough to fly in the sim, because there's like the famous thing about helicopters is they've got five controls and you've only got 4 appendages, you know? So let's see here. Good downwind for this runway. This is a big runway. Yeah, exactly, Bombasso. When the engine quits in a helicopter, you've got the aerodynamics of a grand piano. Not my... Whoopsie, what's going on here? Not my sort of thing. So we'll go mixtures full forward. Is that a displaced threshold? It looks... No, I guess it's not. No, I guess it's not. Alright. So... Whoopsie. Alright, so let's get ourselves slowed down here a little bit. And boy, the wind is alive today over the Dominican. Whoops, now we're climbing it 1,000 feet a minute. Alright, we'll go first notch of flaps now. Go fuel pumps on. We are way high, but we're not worried about it because it is a very long runway. Bobzilla, no, I'm on PC. Alright. And I didn't even start that turn. That just happened to me. I became the victim of that turn. So, let's see, runway 9er. So for runway 9 right base, we want to get the E right on that hash mark right there. And we're in the white arc, so we'll go last notch of flaps. Let's make sure lights are on. Alright, we'll go props full forward. Take some power out. The good thing is it's a very long runway, but this is not a good approach. I started my descent way too late. Alright. Jeez. Alright, mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. 70 is good, I don't want to get any slower than that. Definitely got a right crosswind here. I'm aiming for that where the concrete changes colors there. It's going to make me happy. Yeah, you can see the windsock there. Jeez. Gusty. Alright. Now this is crap. I'm not on center line. This is no good. Oy. Yikes. Bobzilla, there you are. That was not the world's greatest landing. That was not the world's greatest landing. So, slow down here. We'll lead the mixtures for taxi. And check out my control settings here in a second, but I just want to see this airport. I don't think I've ever flown in here. This is the Payware airport. Alright, Bob. We'll see you shortly. Let's see. So I'll clear the runway. Come to a stop. Put our flaps up, fuel pumps off. Never mess around with things on the runway. It's never a good idea. So, this looks like not the most exciting airport in the world. I'm gonna come over here. I just want to check my control settings here. So, because I didn't really have much feel on that landing. So what's going on here? Extremity dead zone. Oh, why? I don't know why. Let's try. Let me just square that away and see what happens here. Alright, and we will get back at it. Ray, been practicing in the Islander. Yeah, it's very sensitive to turbulence, yeah. The GNS 530, I don't know if you can set custom waypoints, Chris. That thing is a pain. It's a pain in real life. It's a pain in it's even worse pain in the sim. So we'll turn ourselves around here and get back out. I don't like the GNS 530 at all. I don't like it. So let's see if my controls feel a little bit better. Alright, let's put one notch of flaps down. But I don't think you can set custom waypoints, but I could be wrong. Alright, we'll go mixtures and props full forward. set our altimeter the lazy man's way. Alright, fuel pump's coming on. Flaps are set. Something is wrong with that. Something looks wrong with that. Oh, you can do that in real life. Okay, Chris, if you can do it in real life, I bet you can do it in the working title. I don't think the windsocks are both supposed to be pointing in opposite directions, but who knows. Alright, takeoff power coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. 65 knots. And road, yes, feels a little bit better. This feels a little bit better. So that was one of the less inspiring airports that I've been to. I don't know what it is about the Dominican. It just doesn't interest me that much. Alright, 400 feet. Let's get the nose down just a little bit. For some speed, we'll bring the flaps up. Props coming back. Bring the manifold pressure back. And we'll make a right turn out. I get the impression that the Dominican is the kind of place where people either stay in their resorts or stay in their, their villa, so to speak, but they don't like get out and there's 1,000 feet AGL. We'll turn our fuel pumps off. They don't get out and check the place out. You know what I mean? I don't really like places like that. I like getting out and about, seeing what's going on. So, jeez, what is going on? I don't know what it is that's making the airplane jump around so much. But 1,500 feet is going to be good for some sightseeing here. So, we'll see if we can find, oopsie. We'll see if we can find the, let's see, it should be, jeez. Should be right out this direction here. Okay, so this is now like a kite. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm just gonna wait and see what it does. It's not here, is it? I mean, this weather, this wind is ridiculous. I think it might be in here somewhere, our Basilica. I mean, this is just ridiculous how this plane is handling right now. I'm gonna go in here and see if I can find our Basilica. I kind of get the feeling that that building with the red, top might be it, but I mean, this is absurd. 2,000 foot per minute climb rate at 2,100 RPM. I mean, it's just silly. And I'm just going to pull all the power out, see if it just stops climbing at some point. Still climbing. No power, still climbing. CM films, no, I have not. There has not been any improvement in that, unfortunately. There has not been any improvement in that. So maybe this isn't the right village here. Alright, I'm gonna find out what my turbulence setting is, because this is ridiculous. Piloting, is that where it is? I can't remember. Crash damage, icing effect, navigation aids, no. Turbulence, medium. This is what they call medium. Okay. So they did do some yeah, they did do some changes to the atmospherics in this version in this sim update, but like this is just crazy. Like it's going from a 2,000 foot per minute climb to a 2,000 foot per minute descent without me doing anything. I feel like I have no control of this plane. So what I'm trying to do is find this basilica here. I would figure it'd be like maybe like a 280 heading from the airport. So I think I'm north of it. So we'll see what we can see. If we don't find it relatively soon, I'm going to take a trip up the coast here. There should be a city out here, but I don't see one. Yeah, speed brakes, that's for sure. You know, with the beta, and that's one of the things that you know, people forget all the time about betas. And I've been in pretty much all the betas since. Pretty much all of them, actually. I can't really think of many betas that I haven't been in. But I mean, I would think at 1700 RPM I wouldn't be climbing. Or 17 inches of manifold pressure, rather. Either way. So let me see here. Yeah, I think it's time to head this way. So one of the custom airports is let's see, it's Puerto Plata is one of the custom airports. So I think we'll go check that out. Let's see. I'm not making a good case for myself right now as a pilot. Alright, let's get ourselves going here. Let's get back on track. When we get to 3,000, we'll head up the... Yeah, speed brakes. The Phoenixes of all of the aircraft, kind of all the add-on aircraft in the sim, is that the Basilica over there that I can see? I'm gonna go check it out. That is the one that has the most problems, performance-wise. And I'm not a I'm not an Airbus guy, so I don't have any experience with that plane. But I know that whether it's the frame gen mod or just general performance, that's the one that has Bobzilla. How are you, sir? That's the one that seems to have a lot of issues. Is the Phoenix. Bombasso. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to add me. I get the feeling that cathedral is right here, right off our nose. So hand flying on hot days can get pretty irritating because you can get days where you're just constantly fighting the airplane. And I'm talking when you're not using an autopilot. And I never use autopilots in small planes. I use autopilots in real, like in my Cherokee, I have a digital autopilot and I use it in real life. But in the sim, I like to challenge myself just to fly the plane well, which I'm not doing right now. So let's bring some power out and see if we can descend here. Let's see if we can find the Basilica Cathedral. And let's see here. Yeah, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. Oopsie. Bobzilla, I am in. We are in the east coast of the Dominican Republic, and I will accept your friend request as soon as I see it. I didn't see it quite yet. Bring more power out here. There's nothing I can do to get this airplane to descend. Nothing. Yeah, that's got to be it right there, that gray building here. Oopsie. Okay. I am confident that's what it is. That's kind of the interesting thing about so many of these points of interest. A lot of them really are like needles in a haystack. They're tough to find. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it right there. Right there about our 11 o'clock. Alright, let's get a good look here. Here we are. We get a real good look if I keep descending at 2,000 feet a minute. That's beautiful. Wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And uh-oh. Are we still, I don't know if we're still streaming or not, but I just had a crash. All right. If anybody can still hear me, please let me know in the chat. Yeah, oh, SpaghettiOs, right. Hey guys. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna restart here, and it should. Good thing I didn't use any bad language. Um, yeah. So that is the first crash I have had in ages. But when I was telling you earlier that I was messing with all my settings this morning, there you go. I mean, I was so I suppose there's no way to know whether this was a sim crash or whether this was because of the mod that I had. I would venture to guess this was a sim crash. Um, Nothing to do with the mods that I'm running because I know a lot of people have been talking about in the in the in the beta about an hour of flight time and a crash, and that was exactly an hour. As a matter of fact, that was exactly an hour. So let me reset all my. So let's try maybe flying Punta Cana up to Puerto Plata. Let's see if it works here. Let's go MDPC. Let's see how long it's going to tell us. We can do it. Go from right here to MDPP. Let's see how long that flight would be. Hour and 24 minutes. That's going to be a little long. Let's try this flight. Yeah, let's do this. We'll go along the south coast here. All right, so there's, let's see, Twitch Boy, and there's Bobzilla. Let me see, where is my mouse? So everything is off. So yeah, this is what happens when you're in a beta. You know, this is what happens. All right, let's turn all of this fun business off. And we'll go external power supply on. Rotating beacon on. Mixtures and props full forward. Master and battery switches on. Fuel valves open. Fuel pumps on. Magnetos on left. Started cover open. Right engine is clear. Crack the throttles. Good start. Oil pressure is good. Left prop is clear. Good start. Alright, oil pressure is good. Mags to both. Avionics master on. Starter hood covered. Closed. Fuel pumps coming off. Lean the mixtures. Toes on the brakes. We're not going to take any time. External power supply off. Parking brake off. And let's get going. Hey Bob, it just popped up. I promise you I'll accept it. but I don't think I can do it while I'm flying. Oh, but you spawned beside me, Bob? Let me see here if I see anybody outside. I have all players enabled, so even if I don't accept a friend request, you should be able to see me, and vice versa. Alright. Go. Flaps down. Well, notch flaps down. Alright, we'll go south along the coast here. Get a look at some scenery. But yeah, I mean this is what happens when you're in a beta. Alright, fuel pumps coming on, flaps are set, going way too fast, but I'm just trying to get myself airborne here. Alright. Alright, heading indicator checks with the runway number. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed is alive. Alright. 70 knots. Let's go flying. So it's weird. The ground handling to me the other day felt really, really good. And today it does not. It does not. I don't know why. Alright, props back to 2500, manifold pressure back to 25. 400 feet AGL, let's let the nose come down a little bit. We'll put the flaps up rather. Let the nose drop for cruise climb. This is probably what a lot of the Dominican Republic is, golf courses, right? Fuel pumps coming off at 1000 PAGL. Fuel pressures are good. Alright. And we'll come around. What's our heading here? Does not say. Alright. I can drop the nose just a little bit here. About 100 knots will be good. That's more than 100 knots. That's more than 100 knots. So I don't know if anybody knows whether the water masks have come back in this part of the world since Captain Bambasso. I think that will accept it right there. Alright, so that was my first sim crash in a long time. I haven't had a sim crash in forever. You know what's embarrassing is when you get airborne and you realize that you left your mixtures leaned. That is not smart. All that means is at sea level, I was definitely not getting full power. Which, I mean, it's not really the end of the world. There we go again. There we go again, guys. Well, all right. Well, I would suppose that probably puts an end to this one for the day. That's 2 crashes in a row. Yeah, like I said, I did mess around with some things this morning, but I don't know whether that's the problem or not. I'll have to look at it. But yeah, I guess that's an involuntary end to this stream, guys. Sorry about that. It's the nature of a beta, you know. So unfortunately, I guess I'm gonna have to bag it right there. I'll do some more testing on my own before I stream again and see whether I can figure out what this is. But I appreciate you guys coming along. Sorry for the abrupt end, but I just figure if I start another one, it's just gonna do the same thing. So, thank you guys for coming along. Thank you for joining, and I guess I will talk to you next time. Probably look for another stream early to midweek, I would think. All right, guys, take it easy. Sorry about that.